today, we are releasing a high-level policy summary to get your response before we finalize this. So we are using Marrakech to get feedback on this report from the public and civil societies to see how we should further proceed with this. So the report was written by a committee of 30, they cover a wide range of discipline from natural sciences, social sciences, and from the civil society as well. And we have also the military and diplomats from India and the countries like US and China, EU countries are represented in this report. We also have some former environmental ministers. So it's really a broad array of people got together. And so I'm just going to talk to you about basically what are we really attempting here. We're starting with the Paris Agreement as the fundamental building block and see how can we enhance it so that we can achieve the 2-degree goal of the Paris Agreement, okay? So we have covered policy actions, technology actions, and societal involvement in making this happen. So the first building block is the Paris Agreement, and the second is a series of sister agreements. It was a major accomplishment at Kigali. And we want to encourage the subnational and city-scale climate action plans. I think they are going to be crucial in making the Paris Agreement. What we are proposing here, to use this as building blocks and pull 3 levers, okay? So the third building block is decarbonizing the economy, starting at 2020, mind you, it's a major distinction. And then the second lever is pulling the lever on short-lived climate pollutants. There are 4 of them: methane, black carbon, ozone, and HFCs. I'm delighted to tell you the world at large has decided to pull on the HFCs. That alone would give us half a degree mitigation of warming. So let me just comment on that. The CO2, the Paris Agreement, if you follow the INDCs, the emission will still increase, but not as much, okay? But we want the emission to start decreasing by 2020 to have any chance of keeping the warming under 2 degrees. So the thing is, if we are unable to do that, let's say we start bringing the emissions up by 2030, then we see the necessity for a third lever. Really, because by 2030, 35, if we don't decarbonize, we'd have added another 1 trillion tons of CO2. So we need a third lever, directly extracting the carbon dioxide out of the air. So these are the targets, but how do you accomplish this? So the solution 1 is the targets. We see the solutions number 2 and 3, massive societal transformation so that we get public support for drastic actions. We're also calling for a coalition between science, policy, religion, and healthcare workers. We want proper governance. We want market mechanisms such as cap and trade and carbon pricing. And the 7 is, command and control. So these are all explained in the report. We are seeking your comment. Is there something we are missing? What do we have to add, etc.? So let me move on to what our next steps are. So this high-level summary is based on data we have collected. They are put in 2 documents. Policymaker summary, about 30 pages. It'll go online. IGSD, the Institute for Governance and Sustainable Development, is the secretariat for this. And then there's a technical report. And I already said item number 2. The third is the finalized full summary consisting of high-level summary and the policymaker summary will be online after January 15th, when we think our first version is there. But the key thing is this is going to be an evolving document, okay, based on public comments and our own colleagues' comments. Thank you.